What's up, my drone friends? How's everything going? This is Jay from FPVSIM. Today, let's take a look at how to run races easily with FPVSIM Timer 5.0. Without further ado, let's get started. 5.0 is currently in beta stage and will be fully released very soon. You can download it from GitHub and try it for free. Do give it a try. As you can see here, I already got FPVSIM Timer 5.0 installed and opened, and I got 4 timers here. The menus didn't get changed much, but if you go to races, you can see the new view here. Here I already got the double elimination build, but usually a race starts from qualifiers. So let's rebuild the race with qualifiers. So this little window here is what we call a race builder. You can specify how many racers per group, and then specify what kind of race you want to build. Usually a race starts with qualifier. So if you click on qualifier, this will tell you you're gonna create 4 groups and override the current groups, proceed. If we click OK, then here we got 4 qualifier groups built, and then you can run each groups here. You can also drag the racers around. Once you drag the racers to a different place, the channel will be different. Here, since I'm just connecting to the same timer, all the channels are the same, but in reality, this will be 4 different channels. So if you want to drag David to what Anthony's channel is, just drag it here. Of course, all other racers will need to be adjusted as well. On the left, you can remove racers from group. For example, if Matthew doesn't want to go into the group 1, you can remove it here, and then you can drag a different racers into this group as well. For example, here you can drag, let's see, Joseph into the group. And then on the right side, this will also be reflected. Okay, let's say that we got all the racers sorted out and we start to race. Just click on race here. You can also pick group to race by using this selector here. For example, if you want to race group 1, right, just click on race.
Racers up next.
As always, this will usually be different channels, but just for demo purpose, I'm using 1 timer to simulate 4 racers. Let's start the race. The race will be consecutive 3 laps, and maximum race time is 2 minutes.
All pilots, starting on the tone in less than 5.
Now race is started. Let's simulate some lap time. Clicking on this text.
Whole shot mark.
So whole shot will not get counted for this consecutive 3 laps. This is your first time passing the timing gate. And now,
mark 13.7.
First lap, let's say. As you can see, the first, second, and third will also be reflected live. So you can see which pilot is taking the lead. Cool. Now let's say all the racers have already passed the 3 laps and already landed. So we can finish the race early. Just click on finish race.
Race finished.
As always, once the race is finished, you can edit the lap time if some time is invalid. Already talked about how to do that in previous videos, so I'll not repeat it here. Here, let's just submit the race. Now race is finished. You can see all the racers' score here too as a history. So Joseph take the lead, 37-14, consecutive 3 laps, and then Mark second, Anthony third. When you are in qualifier mode, you can also see this little icon here. When you click on it, it'll open a panel. This panel actually shows you the global ranking of qualifiers. For example, right now we only have 1 group, right? We know that Joseph took the lead, Mark second, Anthony third. Now if we run another group, let's say group 2. By the way, for qualifier, you can also pick different groups to run. The current group will be highlighted. So if you just run it from here, right, that will be this blue group that will race. So you can either click on the race here or use this flag to start the race. It's the same. Start the race, simulate some lap times. By the way, this time I generated it randomly, so the actual duration is not correct. Okay, now we already have, everybody already has consecutive 3 laps. Now let's finish the race. Looks like Robert took the lead this time, first, and second Michael, third is Richard. Let's submit the race. From here, you can see that we have Robert, Michael, and Richard as well as the first, second, and third. Now, if you look at this global ranker, you can see Robert actually passed Joseph because the total time is 36 seconds. So in here, you can always see what's the current ranking of the qualifier. This ranking will also be reflected when you go to the race builder. As you can see here, Robert, Joseph, Michael, etc. This is because we can use this ranking here to build a tournament. Let's say that we already finished all the qualifier, right? And everybody, the 16 racers are qualified. If you have more than 16, let's say like 20 racers, right? 4 will not be qualified. You can just remove them from here. But let's say in this case, all 16 are qualified. Then you can build a tournament. We have 4 timers, right? Let's say we still want 4 racers per group. What you can do here is to either use single elimination or double elimination. For folks that don't know what is single elimination is basically you only have one chance. If you lose, you'll be out. And double elimination is a little more forgiving in the sense that if you lose once, you might still have a chance to fight it back. Let's take a look at how it works. Let's say here today we want to run single elimination, right? Let's just click on this. They'll tell you they want to build a single elimination of group size 4, and this will override your current group. We already finished our qualifier. Let's just click OK. So instantly we will have the single qualifier built. You can see that we have 4 groups here, since we have 16 racers. And once you enter the single elimination or double elimination brackets, you won't be able to edit racers here because these 16 racers are all qualified. You won't be able to add new ones anymore. And usually how the grouping works is top pilot will be grouped with the slowest pilot. And second fastest, Joseph, right, will be grouped with Daniel. So on and so on. So Michael will be grouped with Christopher, right? And Richard will be grouped with Thomas. And now how this works is these 2 groups, only the top 2 will go to the next stage. So as you can see, group 5 here is the first of group 1 and second of group 1. The first of group 2 and second of group 2. Where did the third and fourth go? They're out, unfortunately. If it's single elimination. Similarly for the other groups. So here for the groups that already have racers in there, right? You can run the race. But for these are just placeholders. We don't know what racer will be racing here yet. It's shown as pending, and you cannot run this race yet. But let's run the race for group 1 first. As usual, start the race and simulate some lap times. Now we're in rackets. Pilots are ranked by their finish time. So you can see that here it becomes total laps instead of consecutive laps. Let's simulate another lap. And all the ranking here is reflected live, as you can see. Cool. Let's do another lap so that everybody will be finishing. Now everybody's finished. Let's submit the race. Now the race is submitted. You can actually see the submitted lap times by using what we call a group selector. You can see that group 1 has already finished. And here are the rankings: Robert, Matthew, Joseph, and Daniel. Now let's do the group 2. Let's just finish early this time. And submit the race. Now that the race is submitted, right, you can see that the group 5 will be available. So the first and second of group 1, first and second of group 2 will go to group 5. And now you can race group 5. Still, let's finish early, submit the race, just to show you how the race is progressing. Now we got group 5. Similarly, if you finish group 6, group 7 will also be available, and you can run the final race. Okay, this is how single elimination works. Let's take a look at double elimination. Let's say that we changed our mind, right? We don't want to run single elimination. We actually want to run double elimination. Here we just pick double elimination. And the double elimination will be built. Similar idea, you got 4 groups to start, right? Because we have 16 racers and 4 in each group. And the grouping is similar to single elimination as well. It's the fastest pilots with the slowest. But then what's different between double elimination and single elimination is double elimination, you have 2 chances, so you will race more, definitely have more stick time for sure. That's why we also got a lot more stages here. You know, the first stage, and here it's actually out of screen. You can use your scroll bar to scroll to the right. And we can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are in total 6 rounds. Right. Okay, how does double elimination work? Let's say we are racing group 1, right? The first of group 1, second of group 1 will go to group 5. And you can see group 5 is marked as green, which is what we call a winning group. Similarly, the first of group 2 and second of group 2 will also go to the winning group. But if you are the third and fourth of group 1 and group 2, you are not out yet. You will go to follow this gray line, go to group 6. We marked this as a yellow L, which is a losers group. You can still race, but you will be in this losers group, which means you'll fight a little harder, but you are not out. And then the third and fourth of group 2 will also come to this group, and you guys will race. And then the top 2 will go to the next group, and so on and so on, just following these lines here. So similar to single elimination, let's start a race here. Okay, here as usual, let's simulate some lap times. And let's finish the race early. Let's submit the race. Once the race is submitted, right, as usual, you can see the scores in this view. And then group 5, first seat, second seat will be populated. Similarly, the losers, Daniel and Matthew, will go to group 6. And Daniel and Matthew comes here. Now, group 2 is the next one. Let's race them. Let's simulate some lap times. And let's also finish the race early. Now that group 2 is also raced, you can see that group 5 and group 6 will be available because all the placeholders are populated with real racers. And similarly, you can just race them and then the next stage will be populated. Of course, for people in this group, if you lose, you still have a chance to go to the next group. But for pilots in this group, if you are third and fourth, you will be out. As you can see, there's only one red line coming out of this group and goes to group 11. So only the first and second of group 6 will proceed to the next round. Double elimination has a lot of groups, so here you can also use your scroll bar to scroll left and right to go through all the groups. Eventually, when you run to this group, that will be your final winners. First place, second place, third place podium. Basically, as simple as that, you can run a full race from qualifier to brackets right from FPVSIM timer app. Of course, you can always see your race histories from this view. And everything is now color-coded, so you can see who is the first, who is the second, who is the third, and what are their total times as well. You can plot the trend, as always. Another feature I want to show you is this little drop down here. Now you can edit racer name right from here. You can see racer name is select. Let's say Mark's name is not correct. You can see it's Mark, right? And boom, the racer name is updated. If you go to the racer manager, you can also see Mark is updated. Where is he? Here, Mark is updated here. Also, you will be able to switch to different channels now easily from this little drop down as well. Now we switch to R2, switch to R6, back to R3. Very easy. In 5.0, we also rearranged the menus a little bit. Now the live stream broadcasting feature is rearranged into these 3 dots. And instead, we put our social links here. Now you can follow us on, for example, Discord, Facebook, YouTube, etc. Cool. That's all I have for today. Do you like it? Please let me know. This is Jay from FPVSIM. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.